Module-based planning provides complete planning and budgeting solutions for financials, workforce, capital, projects, and strategic modeling. With built-in best practice content including forms, calculations, dashboards, drivers, and key performance indicators. Capital enables the planning for the long-term impact of capital asset investments on financial plans. Enabled capital tasks include investments, existing assets, intangibles, and analysis. Let's start with new investments. The Investments Overview dashboard displays a quick summary and comparison of capital expenses and how they impact your financial statements. You can monitor assets associated with a project and the expenses incurred until its completion on the Capital Work in Progress dashboard. Before we start adding assets, let's go over assumptions. There are 3 types of assumptions to configure before planning: depreciation, funding, and other expenses. For each asset class, enter the useful life in years, the depreciation method, and convention. These assumptions are used to calculate depreciation, amortization, insurance, and other related expenses. You can plan for existing asset expenses and decide whether to lease or buy investments. For funding assumptions, enter cash flow incidents, funding options, and staggered values for each asset class. You can enter other expense assumptions for taxes, repairs, insurance, and maintenance. Once you have the assumptions defined, you can start planning for new assets. Use the right-click Actions menu to add a new asset. Enter the new asset detail for the asset class and project. You can then review assets by project on the New Assets from Projects page. With the right-click Actions menu, you can run calculations for depreciation and amortization. If an asset's funding or expense drivers differ from the asset class assumptions, update them on the funding page and asset-related expenses page, respectively. For assets added for projects, monitor planned project expenses on the Capital Work in Progress page. You can enter asset justification notes on Detailed Justification page. New leased assets are managed per asset class and project combination, similar to new capital investments. The right-click Actions menu allows you to perform tasks, such as adding or removing an asset, calculating lease expenses, and converting the new asset to an existing asset. Moving to existing assets, you can review the asset overview summary on the dashboard. Just like capital investments, you manage assumptions for depreciation, amortization, funding, and other expenses. On the Manage Assets tab, you can monitor transfers, retirements, and improvements for existing assets. Enter funding and asset-related expense drivers to plan asset-related expenses for high-value existing assets. Track asset improvements on the Improvements page, and manage existing leased assets here. If your company owns or plans to own intangible assets such as leasehold improvements, software rights, or goodwill, you can manage them using Capital as well. Use the right-click Actions menu to add an intangible asset and run calculations. Similar to existing assets, you can add new intangible assets, manage existing intangible assets, and enter driver-related information on their respective tabs. With analysis, you can review the impact of your capital asset purchases and expenses in total on the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. A quick summary is displayed on the dashboard. Remember to run calculations before reviewing your reports and financial statements. Review your balance sheet, cash flow impacts, and profit and loss impacts on the Financial Statements tab. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.